Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to say, Call Halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rechah HaKodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, who taught us this truth and rule well, and Shalom to the hopeful elect, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rechah HaKodash, Barakatam. It's the brother Kazar from Minerval 12 West Coast, coming back at it again with another lesson, and we're going to go straight into it. All right, book of Sirach, chapter 26 and 26. And it reads, A woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all. But she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all. All right, and that's going to lead, as the inspiration, for the title. All right, ungodly women will be cut off. Okay, and this lesson comes through the inspiration of some little, BS I had to deal with, these rebellious women, I had to deal with a certain situation today. And, it's all because of that feminist pride and that, mentality they have where they want a man to submit and they want to usurp authority over a man. And they expect a man to submit and, cater to them and basically bow down and kiss their feet and do everything that they desire them to do. For a man to be subject unto them and their way of how, a man wants them to do it. So, as expected, I dealt with that situation, wisely, just let it alone, let it be, and just, that really gave me the inspiration, to do this lesson, man. All right. Because that mentality, that spirit that a lot of these ungodly women are in, all right, is ultimately going to lead them to their destruction. Okay. It's going to destroy them. All right. You may have some that humble down, they may repent. All right. And, come into the fold. Right. But the majority of these proud women are going to be destroyed. All right, because this is not, what I'm saying, according to the order that Yahweh Shai has set up between the man and the woman. All right, and we could, get that. All right, which that verse was, mainly dealing with the wives, but I use that, in general. It applies because, what I'm saying, if they treat, a random stranger like that, how much more their husband who they are familiar with. As a saying, familiarity breeds contempt. So if a woman's going to treat a stranger like that, how much more, the husbands that she's known for years, if not decades, she's going to be basically walking all over this man if he lets her, and that's, these are the things that, we go through, doing this, especially myself, I do a food delivery, thing. So people, already look down, on a brother per se, but it is what it is, man. It's a humble, little job. It gets, bills paid and things like that nature. It's not to make it about me, but hey, I'm content with it. Something for the time being. All right. But, these people, want to look down on, people who do certain jobs and certain occupations. All right. But that's, neither the point of the lesson, just, putting that out there as well. Basically, Babylonians in general, all right, they're going to be judged, man. All right. They're going to be judged out here. And these women are going to be judged big time. All right. But let's get into the order of the of how Yahweh Shemel Shai set up the order between the man and the woman. All right. Salakia. Let me see. The head of man All right, so the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. All right, and it reads, or actually, let me start from verse 2. Okay. It reads, now I praise you, brethren, that you remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances that I have delivered, as I delivered them to you. All right, now let's go into the word ordinances. Okay, let's go into the word. All right, let me see. Now I said it in plural. I'll just go into the spirit. All right, so it says an authoritative, an authoritative order, a decree. All right, that's the second definition. A piece of legislation enacted by a municipal authority, but a more, specific one, a more simpler, plain answer is an authoritative order or a decree. All right, so this is basically the decree from on high. And it reads, but I would have you know, all right, continuing on 1 Corinthians 11 and going on to verse 3, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach Yahushai, and the head of every woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach Yahushai is Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, the Most High, all right, who, Lord ignorantly calls God. All right, now, Hamashiach Yahushai, all right, which they say, Lord ignorantly calls Jesus Christ or Christ. That's, Christ is, in the Hebrew is Hamashiach, which means anointed. All right, just to get that confusion out the way, for new listeners. Okay, so I'm going to read it again. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach Yahushai, all right, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And the head of every woman is the man. Okay, that's what, that's the order, the natural order of things. All right, that's the natural order of things. Okay, but see that spirit that these women are in, all right, it's going to lead them to their destruction. Okay, because you're going to have, the Lord is going to put a very, very cold spirit on these Babylonian men. All right, and you could kind of feel it. You could feel it. You could feel a contempt that's brewing amongst the men. These are men that are, sexually frustrated. These are men that are tired of being, taken advantage of, financially by women. I could give a quick example. Me personally, brothers may also, attest to this as well. We're pretty hesitant on going on dates with women, all right, for the simple fact that they might use you for a free meal and then, never talk to you again. And you just wasted your money and your time, on that, all for naught. But we in this knowledge, all right, and this knowledge is the comforter. Okay, but these Babylonian men out there, all right, amongst the tribes and the heathens, they don't got this knowledge, meaning they don't got no comforter, meaning they're going to take matters into their own hand. All right, so it's going to be a terrible day, all right, a terrible time for these ungodly women in the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, because you do have righteous women. You do have women that respect the order. And guess what? They're going to be protected. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua will deliver the righteous. Okay? But these ungodly women that want to go up against this order, they're going to be destroyed, man. Completely destroyed. All right, may have family members that's in the same spirit, in the same spirit. And guess what? You have to be at peace with that, man. You have to be at peace. Because at the end of the day, all right, they're going to come back in on the flip side, in the kingdom. And they're going to be in their right mind. Okay, so it's not like a permanent, thing, as these Christians would have you believe, where you just die and then you go to hell and you burn forever. All right, here's another one. Usurp authority. Okay, so we're gonna go to that scripture too. All right, so let me see. Let's go. We could go into, for edification's sake, the etiquette of women the etiquette of women in the church, basically. All right, so book of First Timothy chapter 2, verse 9, and it reads, "In like manner also that that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety." All right, not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array. Okay, and that goes into modest apparel, man, because these things they ultimately lead to pride. All right, and really we have nothing to be proud about here in our captivity in Babylon, man. We have nothing to be proud about. All right, in the kingdom, man, it might be a different story. We're gonna be decked out. Women's gonna be beautiful. Gonna have the best of everything, right? We're gonna have the best of everything. Okay, continuing on, and it reads, "But which becometh women professing godliness with good works." All right, and good works means to be submissive, to be subject to your husbands. All right, to be obedient to the men of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, to not be bucking up. Okay, that's another thing too. I observe, some brothers, man, they go through it, man. They go through. You got certain women that say they in the truth. They not in the truth, man. They be doing some underhanded shit. Pardon my French. All right, if they don't repent, they're gonna be destroyed. So continuing on, verse 11. "Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection," meaning all obedience. That's how Yahweh Hashem, that's the order, man. That's how women is supposed to, be. Okay? Not just, in this truth, but really the whole world. That's how Yahweh Hashem Yahushua ordained it to be. All right? That's the natural way of things. Not this crazy Jezebel masculine spirit that is on these women that for some reason got them thinking that they could, boss around and disrespect and command a man to do whatever they want. A man who is physically much stronger than them. Look at, hey, man, you got the Transformers, going and joining and competing in the women's sports, and they're just dominating it because they are naturally, according to their true, gender, they are naturally stronger than women. So really, Babylon done confused itself to where it put its foot in its mouth, concerning, that part right there. All right, but see, that's the thing. These women, ungodly women, they want all the benefits of the old ways. All right, but throw away the part where they have to be in subjection to a man. All right, and they adopt that, basically they half-stepping. And that's not going to work, man. All right, that's not going to work. That is very displeasing in the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, continuing on. "But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence." Okay, and let's go into that word usurp. All right, it says, in the Greek, authentio or authenteo. All right, it says, "One who within his own hands kills another or himself." You see, one who acts on his own authority, autocratic, an absolute master to govern, exercise dominion over one. Okay, so that's what these women are doing. All right, in that Greek word, they're trying to exercise dominion over a man. Say little things like do as you're told, or, they'll want to argue a point, for 10 minutes, even though it's not really important, but they just want to be right in order for you to submit to them as a voice of reason, as that so you could take heed unto them in the future, and you could have obedience unto them in the future. I had to deal with that this week with a family member. So, hey man, all that spirit is gonna be dealt with, man. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to judge these ungodly women. Okay, now let's go to another one. Usurp, just going into that word in itself, and it says to take a position of power or importance illegally or by force, because they not supposed to do that. They are out of order. All right, to take the place of someone in a position of power illegally, supplant. All right, and that's what they have done. Okay, now hold on, bear with me. I did a little break, for some reason. Salakia. Boom. We could go all the way to 1. All right, the little timer ran out for the thing. All right, Salakia. Didn't mean to interrupt the lesson like that. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's the millstone. You got the little break. And you could decide whenever you want to go on break. I highly, recommend brothers, to get on this. All right, if you live in a bigger, city, and you have certain places that are, pretty, certain places where they have money, and good restaurants, man, go get on that. You'll be making, cool amount of money. You won't have, these overseers breathing down your neck, things of that nature. All right, but going back into the lesson. All right, and it reads 1 Timothy chapter 2 and 12, but I suffer not a woman to teach, to usurp authority over the man. All right, so that's, what we were getting at. All right, going into the word usurp, look at the second definition: to take the place of someone in a position of power illegally. All right, because let's go, let me see, open up a new page. All right, because ultimately, since the beginning, the Lord ordained the man to be in power. All right, thy desire shall be to thy husband. Okay, now that's Genesis 3 and 16. All right, we're going to put out KJV and we're going to get that. All right, we're going to go, Salakia. We're going to go read the full chapter. All right, just to get the full, meat, basically. And okay, there. I mean, that's basically, that's basically, straight to the point. All right, so Genesis chapter 3 and 16, and it reads, and unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire, here's the key point, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Okay, that's the order since the Genesis, since the beginning. All right, but see, this devil went and turned everything upside down. Okay, and that's where we're going to go to the next precept. Surely the turning of things upside down. KJV, let's go. All right, so Isaiah 29 and 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. Meaning that, people is going to be, people are so used to and brainwashed and indoctrinated in this society by the wickedness that this devil pushes out, that they think it's normal. In school they teach you that it's natural and normal, to be a alphabet. You know, in school they teach you that a woman is equal to a man because of the civil rights and how they did all that. And if you know what I'm saying, if you are against that, that means you hate women. You know, so they do that, and then you grow up, you know, you don't want to be the bad guy, right? So you grow up in that mind frame. And that's the mind frame of these Babylonians, man. All right, the turning of things upside down. Now these women think, oh, I'm just like the man. But you know what? Let's take it a step further. Let's be over the man. Let's rule over the man. That's what these women are thinking. Okay? And they're going to get judged, man. All right, Yahweh Shem Shai is going to send judgments upon these women. All right? He's going to cut off all the goodies. All right, all that Chanel, all the Louis, the Gucci, the Fendi, the Prada, all that's going to turn into nada. Okay, because, you know, by ways of the economic collapse, you know what I'm saying? And ultimately, you know, stores is going to be ransacked. It's going to be a lot of robbery. You know, people is going to turn against, you know, their own neighbors. You know, fashion is going to be the least of their worries. Looking nice, looking cute, you know, looking fly. You know, dressed in all that designer is going to be the least of their worries, man. Then they're gonna have to contend with food. You know, when the Lord brings about that famine that's coming here in Babylon. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to contend with that. And if they so equal, they're gonna have to start competing with men for food. Let's see how equal they are in that day. When it's them and then some big Debo dude, you know, and here it is, you know, she just weighs 120 pounds, and here's old boy, you know, old Debo, you know, weighing in at 250 pounds, and they see the last piece of steak, the last piece of, you know, last T-bone, the last chicken on the fridge, you know, and they in the store, everybody's looting all around them. It's not gonna come out in the woman's favor, you know. Continue on. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? All right, so basically, you know, that's what this devil has done, you know, is he flipped everything upside down in order to, you know, do away and have that rebellion and not acknowledge and give praises unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, because the scriptures are very direct with some of with the wickedness and abominations that this devil promotes. They're very, very contrary and direct about it. All right, so that's why it goes on to say, shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? All right, because Esau is trying to be as the Most High. He's trying to be as, you know what I'm saying? He's trying to be as the Most High, you know, and have that, you know, that's just in his deluded mind. You know, that's what he wants to do. He wants people to reverence him as the creator, you know, and that's what he wants to do, you know, by way of the transhumanism, you know, where they merge man and machine. All right, but digressing, you know, back to the topic. Okay, it's the things that turn upside down. All right, encompass a man. Okay, I'm gonna have to just look this up. Woman encompass a man. KJV. All right, so that's a new one. Let's go view the chapter, get all the meat from it. All right, strip the meat from the bones. I'll just stick to the precept. All right, so book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 22. And it reads, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. All right, now let's go into the blue letter. Okay, because this is basically made manifest with the spirit that these women are in. All right, so Jeremiah chapter 31, 22. All right, and there's something else I wanted to say too, dealing with that. All right, oh yeah, that's also, a form of punishment as well. You know what I'm saying? Brothers could attest to that, man. You know how weird and it's kind of, almost, I wouldn't say humiliating, but it's just a real, nuisance, a real thorn in your side, to have to deal with an unruly woman, even if she's not your woman. You could be, doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? You could be at the plantation, you're out and about day to day, making your moves and just dealing with the unruly woman, a straight Jezebel, and even much more actually, being in a relationship with a woman, actually dealing with a woman that's like that. That's a form of punishment, man. Okay, so this is another thing that Yahweh Shem Yahushai has created, to punish us. All right, because it starts with the men. Okay, as you saw with the order. All right, so it says a woman shall encompass, shall compass a man. All right, now when you go into that word is sabab. Okay, and it says to turn about or around or aside or back towards, go about or around, surround, encircle, change direction. All right, so this, you know what I'm saying? Some of the definitions is to encompass, surround, basically in another sense, to make a siege. All right, to challenge that power, to challenge that the order that Yahweh Shem Yahushai gave us over the women. That's what they're doing through their devices. And Esau, he enables them to do that. And it's kind of hypocritical because, hey, these devils got their women in order. You know what I'm saying? You don't see, the wives of these, top devils, the upper echelons of these devils, bucking up against them, man. You don't see that. But they push that upon us. It says to march or walk around, go partly around, circle about. All right, so a woman shall compass a man, basically surround a man. Okay, all that feminist ideology, you know what I'm saying, which is not even feminism, because you got women that, they want well, I'm gonna say it's feminism. All right, Salakia, take that back. But you got women that, they just want rights and, be, equal to man or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But then you got the ones that are radical. They're extremely, to the point where they want to be the men. You know what I'm saying? They want to be as a man. They want the man to bow down unto them. A woman will do this by ways of manipulation. You could be with a woman and if she wanted to, usurp authority over you, what she's going to do, she's going to, get to her little antics. Might withhold the box or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Try to get you to simp or, try to get you to give her money or whatever that she wants you to do. And that's really a telltale sign that, you know what I'm saying, that you really should not be dealing with her, man. If you can't, deal with that accordingly, and she's stuck on her ways, and that's, you know what I'm saying, a good sign that you got to cut her loose, man. The scripture says, if thy right arm offend thee, cut it off, because that's going to be a temptation right there. All right, we have bigger things to worry about than these women, these unruly women. All right. But nonetheless, these things need to be addressed. All right. And the trumpet has to be blown by way of these sit downs. Okay. So let's go into the closing sit down. So like a precept. I believe it's Micah 7 and 10. All right. And let me see. Yeah, Micah 7 and 10. All right, I just wanted to see if there were other, precepts I could pull out as well. All right, but, just stick to the main, the main point. All right, and it says, then she that is mine enemy shall see it. All right, and why is she the enemy? Because she, basically is trying to undermine you. All right, these ungodly women, they want to undermine you. These Jezebels, these demons, all right, they want to undermine you. Okay, and they're enemies because they're going against the order of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, so then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire in the streets. And that's another thing too. All right, for it escapes, the mind. These women that are rebellious like that, man, they don't, they might, as vanity, say they believe in the Most High, and what I'm saying, say they're Christian, they believe in God, and worldly, what I'm saying, they might put up that front of righteousness, but they don't truly believe in that. All right, because them demons will hop on her, and she's out here, usurping the man. Okay, they don't truly believe that, man. All right. And also too, the majority, dealing with the ones that are, on that extreme side, that radical side, they against the scriptures, man. They against the Bible. All right, because of what it upholds, because of the order that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, has put, has ordained. All right, so it says, where is Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire in the streets. Okay, so that's what awaits, these ungodly, unruly women, faithless women. That is what awaits them. All right. So with that, hope brothers was edified. I'm gonna say, call halal Yahweh ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai ba'Hashem Rechah HaKodash. Forgive me the spirit to do this lesson. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. All right, shalom. On to the next.